Before we begin, I have another message for you. It's actually nothing profound, but Spirit's pushing me to tell you. So a couple of things. The first is that I saw a comment on Twitter probably a week ago now, maybe a little bit more. And a reader said, if you've watched, it was something like 4 or 5 pick a deck readings to find out how they feel about you, there's your answer. And it bothered me. It bothered me then. It's still bothering me now. And the reason is, what's your answer? That there's poor communication? Because to me, that's all it says. You know, the person maybe, you know, they haven't been clear about you if they're not sure. Haven't been clear about you. Oh, this is going to be a long reading. They haven't been clear about their feelings, or they haven't been clear with you. That's really all it tells me. And it annoyed me because I felt it's so disempowering. You know, people find tarot readings because they're lacking clarity. And let's face it, we've all been through times where we binge watch pick a deck readings or zodiac readings, whatever it is. And I can't, you know, how dare that reader think it's okay to make other people feel embarrassed or ashamed or like they're doing something wrong? So as long as it serves you, watch as many readings as you like about whatever you like for however long. So that's the first thing. The second thing, so I was speaking with my mum and sister yesterday, and there's something going on with my sister's work situation, nothing major, she just needed to follow something up. And I was like, well, just call the people. You know, when you go around and every potential route, every action comes back to the same thing. It kept coming back to the fact that this company, these people were the only people that had the answer. So she was going to have to contact them. So I said, why don't you just phone them? But anyway, they didn't think that was a good idea. So 24 hours later, my mum's on WhatsApp and she's telling us, oh, I spoke to the HR department where I work and the woman said you should call them and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I said that yesterday. You know, this could have been resolved already. And so the reason my mum's thinking it's a good idea now is because somebody official said it to her. You know, she wasn't really necessarily listening to common sense when I said it yesterday. And the reason Spirit wants me to tell you this, you don't need anybody else to validate, you know, your opinion. Don't wait necessarily for someone in a position of any kind of authority to, you know, to give you the green light, to give you the okay, if you know that something is correct, if it's in the highest and best interest for you. And it's the same with, you know, the story I told you about the comment on Twitter. You know, don't let anybody else invalidate your opinion or your belief or your knowledge if you truly know it's going to be the best path for you to take. And with the Chariot coming out in the reverse, for some of you this might be relevant because perhaps there is a decision you want to make, a journey even you want to go on, whether it's a literal physical journey, whether it's an emotional journey, but you're holding back because people might be saying, no, it's a risk, you never know. Spirit's saying you don't need anybody to validate that for you. Sometimes it's nice, but don't hold yourself back because of that or a lack of validation. Right, okay, so what is hidden from you? What does Spirit want you to know about your connection at this time? So you could be a Libra, you could be dealing with a Libra. Again, this could be relevant to someone you're already interacting with in some way. It can also be a message from the future, because remember, in the 5D, and this is where we're tapping into to get these energies and these messages, time is fluid, so we can very easily get a message from your future self or your future person coming through now. Okay, so what does my viewer need to know about their situation that they don't know at this time? And we have a Housewife's Tarot in honor of it being Friday. Right, okay, so the 8 of Wands in the reverse. 2 cards now of going on a journey, an emotional journey, a literal journey, but holding back. So if this is relevant for you and you've been thinking of moving somewhere in some kind of way, have a think about whether you're holding back for, you know, practical reasons, reasons that feel valid, or if you're holding back because there are naysayers around, maybe you're waiting for someone to give you the green light, and really you don't need you don't need them to. It might be nice, of course, we all like encouragement and support, but sometimes, you know, we have to take that step, even if people are saying, nah, you know, it's a risk, blah, blah, blah. Because once you take the step and they start seeing your success, then they jump on board and they say, oh, yeah, you were right to do that, you know? As annoying as it is, sometimes we do have to push forward first. Okay, so we have Libra here, we have Taurus, we have water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fire signs, Leo, apparently just Leo, Leo, Sagittarius and Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We're lacking earth signs except Taurus, for now, anyway. So earth energy, being grounded, everything that's tangible in the 3D, you know, things like money, material objects, even time. Time is something we can measure here in a 3D sense. But that seems to be missing, but we'll see how that plays in, or how that fits in. Okay, tell us why justice is reversed, please, with the Hierophant. At the core of the reading, yeah, the King of Pentacles reversed, there's going to be, the message here I think is going to be something about stability. But, you know, at the core of the reading we have the Two of Cups. So yes, this is a deep soul connection. Maybe that's the thing some of you were wondering. You haven't been receiving any sort of validation, you know, concerning this. But Spirit is saying, don't doubt yourself. Trust your inner knowing. Okay, the King of Pentacles, the Two of, yeah. The King of Pentacles reversed, the Two of Cups reversed, the Page of Wands reversed. Okay. So some of you might be thinking what you would love here is a commitment, whatever kind of commitment, but something tangible, you know, and something traditional. Now, tradition can be different for everybody. So whatever a traditional commitment means to you, that might be what you're wanting. You're not seeing that come in from your person because they are the King of Pentacles in the reverse. And you're thinking that's an injustice. That's not fair. This is not balanced. Am I crazy? You know, am I crazy to think that we have this soul connection? Because if we did, surely he or she would want to go on this journey with me, but I'm not seeing it happen. Okay. So that seems to be what many of you might be thinking right now. And it doesn't have to mean, you know, the Hierophant, yes, it can be a marriage in the most extreme sense of a commitment, but it could just be, you know, going out for dinner every so often together, or bringing your commitment or your connection out of secrecy. You know, for some reason you've had to hide it, or meet in secret, or speak in secret. You might want to bring it to the surface. The Hierophant can be a very spiritual card, so maybe you want some kind of acknowledgement of this spiritual connection that you have. I think things have been taking some time. Okay, tell me about the Ten of Wands reversed with the Three of Wands, please. Yeah, the Seven of Swords, we have that twice. The Ten of Swords reversed and the Nine of Swords. So for some of you, something came to light, perhaps. You felt betrayed. I think this wasn't especially recent. It might have been a while ago. Could be 10 days, 10 weeks. But really any time. I think it was in the past. I think you're over the worst of the initial shock. But it doesn't feel good still. You know, you're still carrying this wound with you. For others of you, if it wasn't that anything came to light, it's still connected to that energy of wanting something tangible, wanting some kind of commitment. You're not getting it. You're doing all of your manifestations and you're thinking, why isn't this working? And it's becoming burdensome for you. So I think by the end of this reading, we're going to find out why. What's taking so long? Tell me about the Ace of Cups reversed, please. The Ace of Swords. Yeah, so we're getting somewhere. Truth and clarity is coming. The Six of Pentacles and the Devil. This is why. I knew it. Your person, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse on the back, they cannot, or At least they might not be working on this with you in the way that you want at this time. And if you look at this depiction, it's part of the spine. The spine is crucial not only in terms of structure for the body, but because we have many what's it called, signals are sent up the spine to the brain. So much is contained within the spine that's vital for us, and you feel that they're not, you know, they're not putting the work in that's vital to your connection. Yeah, see, you're the Queen of Pentacles. Whether you're a woman or man watching this, you have the energy of being ready to commit, to nurture this connection, to give. Your person is the King of Pentacles in reverse. You're not currently on the same page with this, and the reason why, there is something here in their energy, could quite literally be a Capricorn, but something or someone quite low vibrational. And the person, if it's a person, or the situation might not be low vibrational in itself, but it feels that way to your person because they're not happy with this anymore. It's something that's not serving them anymore, and they're still investing. They're still giving time and attention, you know, resources in some way to this person or this situation. So it could be work. They might be, you know, over giving too much time and attention to a job that they've outgrown, that they're not interested in. It could be a family member, you know, depending on them, kind of draining their time, their resources. It could be a karmic partner. I'm thinking about the Six of Pentacles. This isn't necessarily just one other distraction. It could be several. So let's say it might be a couple of family members, a group of friends, several people at work, you know, a boss and some colleagues. But they're being really depended on by other people in this situation. So it's like they've almost sort of got nothing left to give to your connection in a tangible way, and that's why it feels so painful. You know, these 10 swords, you might be feeling that you're their last priority, and it's not that. You know, this is how they feel about you, the Two of Cups, but in a practical sense they're being drained elsewhere, and we don't have strength yet. Strength is the only energy in the tarot that can overcome this devil energy. Okay. Now, with the Seven of Swords, some of them are wearing a false mask, and what this mask is showing you is that, you know, maybe they're not interested. For some of you, you may have reached out and they may have pushed back and said, stop reaching out to me, and you're thinking they don't care, but it's not that. It's because they're feeling so overwhelmed. And I was speaking about this earlier, actually, in a personal reading. With masculine energy, and I'm not saying specifically men, just masculine energy, often the thought process is, okay, so yes, I have this amazing connection, but I have a problem over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort this out first, and then I'm going to go towards my connection. There's no point me, you know, reaching out to my divine feminine, my soulmate, my person, until I've got this fixed, you know? So it's quite, it's like a clear trajectory. I fix my problem, then I get involved in this connection. Now, feminine energy would say, yes, you have this problem, but let me know where I stand. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how you feel. Maybe we can work on this together. You know, that's not how your person is thinking. They're thinking they have to retreat. They have to figure it all out themselves and then come towards you, minus this energy. You know, they don't want to bring their problem to you. And they might not realize that that's impacting you emotionally, because in their mind, it's just logical. It just makes sense. Okay, tell me about this Seven of Swords reverse, please. Okay. The Eight of Wands upright. So that message that came through at the start about going on a journey, you know, and underneath the Ace of Wands. So moving in the direction of something you feel passionate about. I feel that Spirit is saying to go for it. Also, your person, you know, is letting you know that they want to go for it as well. I mean, have a look at this card. Do you see how she's smiling, but at the same time wanting to stab this person down here? You know, so your person is showing you perhaps that they're fine, or that they're not interested, or whatever it is, or that they're happy with these people, they're happy with the time, the attention they're having to give to these people. But look how, you know, look how bitter she is, how angry underneath. Okay. Five of Cups reversed, and the Emperor. Wow. What's on the back? The Eight of Swords. It's very possible that your person is about to become empowered and they're about to start making changes. Now, why would this suddenly happen? Because with the Five of Cups reversed, they start to see things in a different perspective, or in a different way, from a different perspective. If you think about the traditional depiction of the Five of Cups, it's a man standing up in a long black cloak, like he's in mourning, looking at three spilt cups on the ground in front of him. And that's all he can focus on, you know, what's been lost, the mistakes he's made. But behind him are two cups still standing. So your person is about to start thinking about this differently, and they're going to see that there is hope. This connection still exists, and it's going to make them feel very empowered. You know, this is your person in their divine masculine energy with the Emperor here. It's also a card that connects to Aries, and that's going to free them. Yeah, see, we have the King of Wands underneath. This is an action taker, and you see how he's sort of blasting through these rocks here? It actually looks like there could be some blood down here. I've never really noticed that, but it might wound your person. It might be a difficult process for them. They might have to wound other people in the process, but I think they're going to do it. The Eight of Wands can be about messages as well, so they may message you. Usually the Eight of Wands talks about maybe internet communication, a text message, a direct message, an email, that sort of thing. But I feel that the problem here, the main thing I'm seeing is that your person is giving something tangible, a commitment, time, effort, resources to other people and not you, and that is causing you, you know, serious pain. And your person is saying that they know, and actually they're about to start freeing themselves in order to be able to give to you. And this is going to take place in their minds first. They're going to, like I said, have a shift in perspective. That's going to make them feel empowered to realize they can move, and then we get movement. Wands are about tangible, visible movement. Okay, so in terms of how to move forward with this person, what are your best steps? Well, I think they feel pretty overwhelmed and at maximum capacity as it is, in terms of where, you know, the amount of resources and time they have to give. So pushing in that sense, I don't think will work. I also want to say that if you've been over giving, over generous, really nurturing, you know, and you felt taken advantage of, you felt that they've taken all of this energy from you and given nothing back, I'm not sure that right now that technique is going to start working. But also, you might be thinking that's a very selfish thing they've done, and it is, but they haven't realized they're so drained in this other situation that it's almost like they haven't sort of had the epiphany that it would be nice to give something back to you as well, you know, emotion, interest, communication. I feel that this person, they're going to have some sort of awakening, and that's going to bring them towards you. So in the meantime, what is it best for you to do? Well, I think obviously try to do any healing, you know, for your, obviously for your own benefit. In whichever way that you need to. Okay, so what are the next best steps, please, for my viewers? The Nine of Wands. Yeah, it's been a difficult journey, but you're nearly there. Focusing, Spirit's telling me focusing your attention on the goal that you want. Not focusing on maybe what's behind you. Have a look at this man. Do you see? He's got two heads and one's behind him, holding him back, pointing to the past. Spirit's saying focus on getting to where it is that you want to go, because you're almost there. Focus on that healing. We have the Five of Swords. Yeah, so your thoughts may be going crazy about commitment, working as a team. When is this going to happen? I'm not seeing any of this person's time, energy, nothing in the 3D. I'm giving everything. It's imbalanced. Nothing is moving with the Knight of Pentacles reversed. It's stagnant. Ooh, the Moon in reverse, Pisces energy, the Eight of Cups, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, some of you may have pulled back and become a bit cold and shut off because you were giving and giving and giving emotionally and getting nothing back. So you walked away. The Devil and the Hanged Man. Let's get one more. The High Priestess in reverse. Okay, the advice, it's very sort of, it's introspective. It's about reconnecting with your inner voice, reconnecting with your intuition. And like I said, you know, doing that last bit of healing so that you can focus on what it is that you want to achieve. Now, whether you're climbing this ladder and this glass of water represents a new beginning with your person, maybe it just represents, you know, a new journey that you're going on. We've seen 3 cards, the Eight of Wands twice, and the Chariot, talking about a journey. You know, whatever it is, you deserve to climb to the top of that ladder and to have that glass of water. Look how far you've come, and you've gone through these flames. You know, this ladder doesn't look the safest, so you've taken risks, and you're so close. You know, one more rung, I think it's a rung on a ladder, or just a bit further, and you get the glass of water. So don't let this naysayer, whether it's your own thoughts or whether it's people around you, don't let them hold you back or even drag you back down the ladder. Okay, so I'll leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to book a reading, connect with me on Twitter, join the Facebook group, listen to my free meditations. It's all below in the description box, and I'll also pin these things to the comments. I hope this reading has helped. If you take anything away from it, please remember that you don't need anybody else to validate you. If you've done your research and you know something is going to be for your best interests, and it's not, you know, you're not deliberately hurting anyone else, then, you know, don't allow others to hold you back or to drag you back down or to invalidate you. You know, it doesn't matter who they are. Okay, take care, and I'll be back on Monday. Bye.